rolling up on a Tuesday.
We are headed down to Marble, North Carolina, which is basically like nowhere, North Carolina. It's near the Georgia line. And we are heading to two combined facilities that equal about 100 megawatts. One of the biggest mining farms in the country.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future.
Technically, you're supposed to wear hearing protection. FYI.
We do. We are.
All right. We're gonna go. There's multiple rows of this. So that airflow I was telling you about, that's coming out from under the building there. So see, that's it helps that it's freezing outside, but even when it's really hot outside, this is cold air because this is that air that's coming that runs under the building.
This is nice. Some people build a spa room. It's right here.
I know, right? So it's pressurized, so all the hot air leaves through the roof.
I want to say thanks to immersionsystems.io for sponsoring the VoskCoin mining farm tour video series. Without them, this wouldn't have been possible at all. If you watched episode 1 of season 1, then you will have seen us tour Mark's mining farm, where he utilizes Immersion Systems immersion cooling setup. Top quality gear, and Mark was one of their first customers, and so he's one of their oldest customers, and he couldn't be happier with it. Originally made for their own personal mining farms that they've now brought to market. If you want a setup, reach out to them.
You're a GPU guy, so I'll just show you this right over here. You'll see when we step outside, these are all our GPU based operations. We'll go out this front door up here and walk down the aisle. So what we're doing with the door open is we're mixing the hot air with the cold air because you can't get the cold air too much. So like we'll open these doors. You'll see some rolling doors as we go down the building. There's 6 of these in the building, this room we're in right now. But you'll see we mix the hot air and the cold air. That's what we're doing here with these doors open, is we're just letting some of the hot air back into the building, keep the cold air from being too much. Because the cold air is just as bad for a chip as the hot air is.
So did you have a custom case design made?
Our client, that's our client's custom cases. So this is set up, we've basically let one client know that we're going to give them this entire row for GPUs, all the way down. So basically, what we're doing is, you've seen some rows over there where the ASICs are gone.
Yeah.
We can take one row of ASICs out and we can fit in like 6 rows of GPUs for every one row of ASICs. So we're taking some of the ASICs, moving them outside so that we can fill this with GPUs.
That makes sense because, I mean, I feel like with the ASICs, they're just kind of like using a you put them out like in the shipping container style, but
fine with it.
I wouldn't really want to put
I wouldn't.
more expensive and more finicky
so with
GPU rig out like that.
With the GPUs, they take up a lot of space as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best design for farms and stuff because you can just stack them like that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it's a little like weird in the beginning, but it totally works.
Yeah, you got the same thing as the other side, just rows of miners.
And Russell, you have access to like basically unlimited more power, right? Like if you want more power, they can supply more power.
So it doesn't quite work that way. it has to do with the amount of distribution on the lines, and substation, all that.
Yeah.
So they've told us they can bring in another, some more megawatts into this facility, and we have room for it.
You said another 40?
I don't know the exact number. No, it's a good bit.
Yeah.
But they have to build out the distribution, so they have to build in some more distribution.
And do they do that for free, or do you have to pay for that?
Let's pay for that.
Yeah, because
It is expensive.
yeah, no, I bet. I like how you built the power supplies directly into the units. I forget the exact term for it, but instead of having all the plugs,
Yeah.
you got them straight into the box. It looks cleaner.
Here's a bunch of spondoolies over here in the corner. So this is the largest deployment of spondoolies in the world for that network.
They better love you. Yeah. So you're who I was competing against when I had an SPX 36.
Today we're going to be reviewing the Spondoolies SPX 36, which is an X11 miner that debuted for over 15 grand. But it's a lot less now. I know what you're thinking. What is that sound? It's pretty loud. It's not my exhaust fans. That's actually the SPX 36. But enough talk.
Probably.
It was your reason that I was only making maybe 20 a day.
We go inside and you see, these things throw up a lot of heat.
Each one of these used to cost like 10 grand retail.
But see how much hotter this is than the S9. These spondoolies throw up a ton of heat.
On 208, are they pulling about 4,400 watts?
Yeah, they're hot.
Yeah.
But they were throwing so much heat, we had to put extra barrier there because these things throw out so much heat. This is a small version of what we have in Kentucky. In Kentucky, all the aisles are 3 stories tall, but they all bent right outside like this. So we built this to test it. We liked it a lot. So in our new designs, this is what we're doing. Instead of going out the roof, we're going out the side.
So, do you just get like a natural change of the air where the cool air is just sucked in because it's pushing air out?
Yeah, so actually it's negative pressure.
Yeah.
So the negative pressure, we'll go, I don't know about here, but in Kentucky we create negative pressure so that there's actually a vortex right outside that thing. When we stand there, and you'll feel the air, because of negative pressure, it sucks the air out.
Yeah. That's a cool design.
Yeah, a lot of thermodynamics and airflow engineering as much as anything it is else.
And it's funny because it looks relatively simple. All right, we're gonna put them like this, and it'll go outside.
Yeah. No, but there's actually thermodynamic and airflow engineering involved.
Yeah.
So it's all about how much CFM you're moving. And we'll walk out there.
So what is this stuff?
I don't know what that stuff is. Oh, that stuff goes in the sand, and it creates kind of like, it's not asphalt, but it goes in the sand and creates almost a solid surface to keep the dust down outside.
That's cool.
So it's an environmentally friendly way of, instead of paving everything,
Yeah.
you can put that over dirt.
It's probably cheaper too. Or maybe.
It's a little cheaper, but it's environmental. It's still porous, but it keeps dust from coming up. So,
Yeah, well, you're a miner, Russell, so you're destroying the world.
I know.
You know
Oddly
that
enough, we're a huge miner that does it. We're
Oh.
a lot of renewable energy and everything. So, or not?
Yeah. Well, Bitcoin mining uses more power than some countries, so how could you?
Yeah, exactly.
It's renewable.
We're in a weird period right now where old generation miners still are profitable. So
Yeah.
you still have people with those.
There's your intake fan.
Yeah, right. So that little brown container over there was our first generation container. Matter
Wow.
of fact,
Like
up
that one
until
right there?
right there, up until a few months ago, we actually still had our own miners in it. Oh yeah, here's hot out. You can see the haze.
That's great. That must look crazy in the dead heat of summer.
We'll pick one of these and go in. This is what it looks like. So you see here, this is a renewable filter. So we just clean these. These aren't thrown away. They get washed and cleaned. The air gets filtered, sucks through the fan, and goes right outside. And this is a thermal barrier, you know, to keep the hot air from coming back in.
Yeah.
So these are actually very efficient little spaces because they're clean. The filters do their job. You know, from airflow wise, it just doesn't get any better. The air's coming right in and going right through the machine. So the machines are very efficient in these designs.
Yeah. It's not glamorous mining, but it's effective mining.
It's effective and it takes care of the machines.
Yeah.
So the machines in here last a long time. They don't burn up. They don't get old. They don't. They stay clean. You know. So it's very effective.
Do you ever run into the machines getting too cold? Probably not in this
So
climate.
not here, but that can happen, and that's more dangerous for the machines than getting too hot actually. Because if the machine gets too hot, it'll automatically cut itself off. If the machine gets too cold, you can actually crack the chip.
Wow.
And permanently damage it.
That's game over.
Yeah. And we've tried different designs. We've used swamp coolers, where the intake filter is the outflow filter, but where the intake filter was a swamp cooler, basically a wet filter. But what we found though is the natural airflow works better for us in this location.
So how do you clean the filters?
Wash them. They take them off, wash them, sit them in the hot aisle, let them dry, and then put them back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those two amp boxes over there.
That's cool. I've never seen an amp box in person.
I will tell you right now, these 2.5 megawatt transformers, we're the largest consumer in North America of these 2.5 megawatt transformers.
That's a cool fact.
Yeah, we buy a lot of them. So this is not filled up yet. This will get filled up.
That's cool. That's
This
like
gets filled up. Well, you'll see down there. This will be full though by the end of November.
So I can see you when this gets filled up. You're gonna have one of those poses like this.
Yeah,
You know, just all your miners behind you.
But you'll see what it looks like right down here. So actually you can kind of see, this is before they're racked and stacked, ready to go. These are all ready to plug in miners. And then when they come in, they get racked, they get stacked. The installation board goes in. And real simple design. The airflow comes up and it escapes through the roof.
And like, so we can record that.
What you're trying to do is you're trying to get negative pressure up the top so the air sucks out. What you want is a PUE as close to 1 as possible. So you want to use the natural airflow and use the thermodynamics to get that. You want to have that higher space.
This is cool. Which one's your favorite design?
The containers.
Yeah.
Fast and efficient. We have our own miners in them. They're really great.
Yeah.
I like this building. It's very cool. But the design for the containers is just simple and easy.
Yeah.
And it works. Cool. And it doesn't work for GPUs.
Yeah.
And what we're doing the most of though is that last aisle we went into. That's what we're doing in Kentucky, which is basically the exhaust is all to the outside of the building. So we're actually sucking air in from one side. Kentucky,
So
it's like one big container. It sucks air on one side and blows it out the other side of the building. That's literally what it is, except for it's a 1 million square foot building.
That's a big blow through.
So, but it's just like a big container. It's a big container design. Air comes in one side and goes out the other, passes through the miners and goes out the other side. This is our shop. We make stuff here.
What are you making?
I think
It looks
we're
like a
making
chair
over there. But we also do all the racks and everything. So we have a maintenance crew that's separate from our tech crew, and they have a checklist every day, and they just go through and clean. And you have to do that to keep the dust down. There's only one place the dust goes, and that's into the miners.
Yeah.
So you got to clean it all.
Honestly, the operation's impressive. It's pretty cool to see how many people you're employing in this industry that has that negative media spin of miners are so bad, they're destroying the environment, they don't make any jobs, they suck all the power out of the local area. You're literally doing the opposite of everything that they're saying you are.
Yeah. No one's ever asked. They just make assumptions.
Yeah.
And all those things might be true for other places, but it's not what we do. So.
It's cool to see a big client with GPUs because the conception is there's no one interested in like massive GPU mining. Like that's not true. Like it's obviously not as popular. It's harder to do, and the people always assume that big farms are always ASICs, and it's cool to see GPUs.
The GPUs are more difficult.
Yeah.
We almost have to sign a technician just to GPUs because they're more finicky.
Well, the second like one thing goes wrong, I can throw the rig out.
Exactly right.
And I love GPUs and I hate GPUs all at the same time. If I was you, I would really only want to do ASICs.
No,
it's so much easier.
GPUs are tougher, but you'll see when we get over to Dalton. I'll show you guys our miner management software does auto healing, and we go in. So if there's 8 GPUs on a rig, and one is to go bad, we will disconnect that one GPU, keep the other 7 running until we're able to diagnose, until a technician goes in and diagnoses that one GPU to figure out what the problem is. We don't have any GPU rigs here now that are cores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did. We had a bunch of open air rigs.
Yeah.
And we got rid of them because we couldn't deal with open air design.
So like when you get rid of them, do you sell them to like a client or potential client?
Yeah,
and then
we'll
you
sell them off. Like these, actually we sold the GPUs to this client who wanted to put them inside their closed air rigs. Closed air housing.
That's interesting. I mean, that's pretty sweet. They're already here. You roll them in a new box, and you're like, all right.
But Core does a lot of our own mining.
What percentage, like, of gear in this?
Our gear is at least 10% is our gear.
That's big.
Yeah, and we try to keep multiple miner models so that we're comfortable with how they operate.
Yeah.
So new model comes out, we like to get it.
Yeah.
And either we get it in bulk or we get it, and you'll see over in Dalton, we get it and we put it in our sandbox. We have a sandbox where we test. Basically, every miner that comes out, we buy one.
Yeah.
And we put it in our sandbox and we test it. And we test it against our miner management software and we test it for optimizations.
Just Core Scientific's North Carolina facility provided us with so much footage, we decided to break it up into 2 video parts, including additional videos that will be uploaded for their Georgia facility. So please make sure to check out the VoskCoin Mining Farm Tour video playlist right here on the VoskCoin channel to watch all of those videos. If you're watching this right when the video comes out, we're releasing a new Mining Farm Tour video every week from now on. So the next episode of Deeper in the Mines will be up next week. Thanks to Scott Offord and his custom PDU for making this mining farm tour possible.